Hello, this is another tough video, tell a friend video, and this time actually on the Happy Active Healthy 100 Plus channel. Now, I called it State of the Nation. I've been asked several times by friends and people that actually view videos from my channel and have been kind of starting viewing the channel when I was talking about like the health, the food, body, and so on, and then maybe why to take a cold shower, and which is this mind thing, and then I started a little bit with the meaning of life and why should I do this, and so on. So people ask me, why do you now move so much into what thinking is? I also covered, I think, Corona and this whole drift of the population into two camps of the freedom fighters and the like the safety or health gurus, and so have started this discussion, I wanted to say, but it's not a discussion, this war, mental war, and this helped me a lot to kind of think about the psychological behavior of humans. And so I did 40 videos on the kind of Corona related, and now I'm moving a little bit out of the Corona thing. So I used Corona to kind of understand the human psycho and to learn much better the dynamics of a system where humans, of society. And now what I wanted to say is, so it's kind of explaining a little bit this trip I have been doing maybe 7 years ago. So that would then, oh no, it's not 99, it's 2000, maybe 2013. At my birthday party I started, and now we are 7 years later, we are at 2020. And over these how many years? 7 years. A lot of stuff happened. So I lost something like 16 kilo, and I'm now feeling fit like I was when I was 25 years old. I can run 28 kilometers just in the morning, leaving the house, and just run 28 kilometers. So I feel completely fit. I feel body, food-wise, I now fully understand how to cook my meals, what to eat, and so on. Even if I go to a restaurant, I immediately know what food that is and if I should eat it or not. I have worked a lot on my mind, how do I think, and so on, but also on the sense of life. Why do I do all that? And this I learned actually by doing all these videos, and I even developed this tough tell a friend video concept, which I explain in the video. And now a lot of my friends then ask, why don't you do more videos on like the food or cold shower and the body and exercise and whatever? But the thing is, why should I do 5,000 videos on how to cook a meal? Well, cook it yourself. I teach the basics, and then, or I do not teach the taste, but I just say what I do and why I do it, and then take all the input you get from me and from many other sources, and then create for you what you want to do. And I think I did not, with Happy Active Healthy, I think nobody says I don't want to be happy, I don't want to be active. So it's like I want to be unhappy and passive and sick all the time, and I would want to die at 50 with alone in a home for the elderly, blind, that is, and a year before they removed my leg, that's what I want, so nobody says that. So actually it's everybody that says, yeah, sure, Happy Active Healthy 100 plus, yes. And then and then there is this but, and now this is why I thought this initially, this is already 4 minutes, and then this gets me kind of very, very excited, because they say, yes, that's all true, but I can't do it, I will not do it, why should I do it, and so on. And I have a lot of videos exactly on that. Why should you do it? And for example, my reason is because I said to myself, I would like to play tennis with my grandchildren. That's it. And that means I have to arrive, at least if my my daughter is fast, then I always, what is that? will have a family, put it that way, then I still might have to wait for another 50 years. And I want to arrive at that state. And I have so many things on my mind and in my meaning thing, that I say, yeah, please give me another 200 years. I have so many things to think about, because most of the people are so static. They say, I learned this and then I die 30 years later so I'm person A and I die as person A. And for me, no. So I do understand if somebody is like that, then he should say, okay, well, shoot yourself or whatever. I don't know. But for me, it is, I'm person A today, and I go to a lot of changes. It's like Confucius says, it's a lot of changes, and then I arrive at a 1,000 different changes, and each change I do, I can rate: is it good? Does it feel good? So live your change. That's my life. So I want to live as long as possible. But in order to describe these 7 years, because I actually think it takes the time it takes. You cannot say just watch these 100 plus videos on Happy Active Healthy 100 plus and then you are fine. No, you have to. You have to understand them. You have to try them out. You have to see what it does to you and so on. And but what I always hear means, but I don't do it. And that's this. I call it bread and what is that? Bread and games, from the old Rome, or Netflix and junk food. That is okay. I do understand that I should live and eat and whatever more healthy. But give me another book, or let's watch another YouTube video on that. And before that, maybe let's watch another 10 minutes of cat videos, something like that. Instant gratification. So obviously, this Happy Active Healthy 100, you only get if you do body, mind, food, and meaning. If you work on those things. And what I did in the first videos is I worked on the food, I worked on the body. So, for example, the keto adaptation of my body is for me something very, very important, because it actually means that I live in 4 months, I live keto. And that is what people did. They said in the winter time, they were mainly on fat. And then here in Europe, and not in Africa. In Africa, they had rather any keto, and the Eskimos, the Inuits, they have only keto. But here we have 4 months keto and 8 months the carb stuff. And when we eat carb, we are fighting and we are arguing, we are building, we are mating and dating, and 4 months we chill. And so that's it. Like in a minute, explain why I do keto. And now, yes, it's very, very hard. It's 6 to 7 weeks, no carbs. And then you are in keto. And a lot of people say, well, I can't do that. Okay, then fine. But yes, I can't do it. Okay. But they wouldn't do it if I explained it another 10,000 times. So it's just, this is how you get to keto. This is also how I developed the tough video concept. And that was much clearer than this very chaotic thing there. With the initial videos were very, very clear, very only a few figures and very short. But now it's getting complicated, and yes, it's getting complicated. But in my journey, if you are maybe in a journey here, and I'm in my journey here, then I do here videos which are 20 minutes, and it's really tough. You have to know what Jung, what Adler, what Peterson, and all these people, what Einstein, Tölle, and so on. You need to know what they said, and because I actually sum them up. So if you watch all my videos, then if you watch then a video of today or a week ago, you will have the background, because I explain every step in my path, But if you are here, then why do you want to watch a video here? Watch the video here, and then there are 10 videos on how to exercise, and then here are maybe some on cold shower, and then maybe here are some on how to heal, like medical and so on. I don't even recall which ones they were. It's a path, and I sometimes look at them and put them, but I spend too little time on kind of organizing it, because I also use the channel for myself. Also these tough videos, they are for myself. And I had, I think, 2 or 3 videos on how to do a tough video. And so I said, please use tough videos, because if somebody starts with a tough video is really tricky, because it means, for example, this video I started with kind of without, I only wrote down 10 words or something like that, and then I start this video. But the tough concept means I have to do the video and I have to put it online. That's it. So now, as Happy Active Healthy 100 is kind of myself, that's me. I have no fear to explain all that. It may be 2 hours or it may be 10 minutes, and I might not do it in a chronological way, but I definitely live this, and I know every part of this, and it's in my brain. So the thing is, I maybe did 50 videos, and they were mainly in German, but then I moved to English. Why? Because Germans never comment anything, they never say anything, whatever. So I thought, let's put it in English. And then I had some in Italian and some in French, some in Polish, kind of around here. And then now it's mainly English. Every once in a while it's one of the other languages. But now the thing is, and here I then had like 40 videos on Corona, which I mentioned, and here I learned a lot about the psyche, and now it's more about thinking, how to think, how the mindset, and how to understand. What I want to show is how to understand your brain. That means I first need to understand how my brain works, and once I understand how my brain works, I can then look at the systems in which I live. For example, my family. I can look at myself. How do I work? Does my body work, my food, and so on? How does the state, the government, the tennis club, the family, the deep state, whatever, the politicians, why does he react like that? And once I understand how a brain works, I developed this 3-brain, it's not that I invented it. There's a lot of people that say it's a 3-brain, mainly a 3-brain model. I think the professor Peter Steves or something like that, a UK professor, The Chimp Paradox is his book, and that's fantastic. It's a fantastic book. Exactly, that's one of the things I read. 70 books or audio books. Yeah, that's right. I did my taxes, and it was I don't know. I think it was 380 euro just on books in 1 year. So that's all. So I think in total I read 70 or more books, and most of them were exactly on this stuff, and mainly on the difficult part here. And now the thing is, if I now say to somebody, oh, you have to think about your brain and how your brain works, and he has no starting point except for that he says I have a brain, then watch maybe 20-30 of my videos, and then you might have a glimpse at understanding this. What you should do is that you say, okay, I don't understand this yet. Okay, so maybe I read some of those books here. And it's each one decides which books to read. And for me, why I put this online, as I said, it's mainly for me. But if somebody wants to kind of watch this journey, I see this, my journey, I see it as kind of that it's a mentoring of, maybe somebody is like 30 years old or so, and he says, there are a lot of people that are like 20-30 years old, they watch, for example, Jordan Peterson movies, or YouTube videos, and that's fantastic. That's so fantastic. So they watch them, and then they try to kind of learn from those. Now, I really adore what he did. So for me, Peterson, for example, I think I came to Peterson maybe kind of here, learned, and then it took me several weeks until I understood how great he is. So to me, Peterson is Einstein of thinking. So that's so fantastic. And so obviously a lot of his principles on what it means to think, to clean your room or clean up your mess. And, you know, if you work 14 hours a day for, let's say, 10 years, you know, you will be a monster. Intellectually, you will be a monster. And yes, that's true. And I think he did that for 30 years. So he is Einstein in thinking, and he's always critical about his own things. And he's I did some videos on that. He's a system thinker, so he thinks in systems. It's amazing to watch him how he argues, and that's so fantastic, so clear. Because this is one of the things that if I do a video now here, you might get a little bit confused, because I try to cover all that. And Peterson, to me, is always very clear, very precise. He usually talks about, well, in some lectures he's also jumping, and he has different thoughts and so on. And it's fantastic to watch him, because what you can do is you can actually build up your system that is then like similar to his system, if you like that, and there is meaning, in the sense of life, and what do I want to do, and what does my body want to do, and so on. So there's often this but that kicks in, but I don't want this, but why should I do 14 hours? And one of the things is working 14 hours a day for a long period. I think there you have to be very, very fit in terms of body and food. So you have to eat very healthy, you have to drink very healthy, you have to have your body completely under control, and you have to have trained your mind, and you have to have a meaning of that. You have to think, I want this, and so on. So that means this is kind of the journey, and so I'm here, and I think this journey will continue for hopefully another 50 plus years. So fine. What can I say? State of the nation. This channel, what I want to do, but that might take another year or so until I reach a level where I can, if you look at this, like these 120 or so videos, maybe once I have reached something like 200 or so videos summing up this and clarifying things, then I might raise above, all that, and then have a meta view on all that, and say, well, maybe I structure it differently, and then it may be possible to kind of explain that in a consistent, structured way, which can be used for a lecture or for a book. However, I have to say that if you look at this is my journey. Somebody else's journey will be, completely different. He might arrive at a similar status here, but his voyage may be different. He might start with the mind. He might start with yoga. He might start with Eckhart Tolle and so on. Or somebody else starts maybe with doing lots of exercise, and he does mountain biking or marathon or ultra, and then comes from that to somebody. So that is. But I think the end goal, as we started this video, happy, active, healthy, as long as possible. I think everybody would say, yes, that is a full green check mark. Yeah, but sure, that is what I want. And now, but the way, each one has to find his own way, because maybe somebody at this stage has a family, somebody at this stage has to take care of his parents, somebody doesn't have money, somebody works on a career here. So we have 100, or somebody is ill, and there are many different things that influence your way. And some of the things, also Peterson said that, you have to do something, you have to maintain some stuff, you have to maintain, you have a responsibility, for example, for your loved ones, and so on. So there are, you cannot invest the 24 hours of your day just for your benefit. You have to do for others something. And the good thing about this, to do things for others, is this, and with that I will end. It's this quote from Alfred Adler. And I was looking for 20 years about the formula of happiness. And for me, this sentence is the most brilliant thing that I've ever heard on happiness. And it is, Alfred Adler, and it is, you do something for your community. And that's it. I have to add, you decide what you do, and I add, you decide what community. And obviously you have hundreds of communities, the smallest one being yourself. So that means with that, you are happy, because that lies in your genes. In your genes is, you want to do something, you do it, and you are happy. That's it, and that is happiness. And so this was something looking 20 years, and then I think it was the kind of the 50th book or something like that. Somewhere one sentence is this one sentence. And I thought, that's fantastic. I've been looking for this sentence for I think more than 20 years. So with that, I want to stop. Thank you for listening. I think nobody listens anymore. Anyway, hope to see you in the next video. And have a great day. Bye-bye.